Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will be discussing our some parajumble questions. As you know, parajumble questions are regularly asked in all management exams, including CAT. And of late, some variations of parajumble questions are also asked. But don't worry about the variations and other things. It is purely the basic fundamental idea is this: a paragraph will be given, but the sentences will not be in the proper order. So your task is to read the paragraph in whatever order it is given. Don't worry about the logic and other things. It means logical sequence. Just read and understand the sentences, and once you understand the sentences, even if it is not given in the proper order, you will get an idea about what the whole passage is talking about. Then try to arrange them in a on order in which becomes logical. So this is the process you need to do, and there are certain techniques which we can apply while doing this process, and these techniques we will learn one by one during the course of our discussions in this video and in the coming videos. For this particular video, since it is the first video on parajumble, I have taken some very simple questions so that we can start from simple questions to complex questions, so that way we can do the process or do the learning in a step-by-step manner. So first we will go to the first question. So this is the first question. I'll give you some time to read the question. So the technique is just read, understand what the concept is, then think about arranging it in a proper order. So once you have completed the reading, you will understand that the passage is talking about the author visiting Princeton University. It is a very famous and reputed university in USA, and most of the alumni or the people who pass out of the university end up in leading positions either in politics or in finance or the corporate management or some other areas where they will be leading the country. So that is why he went to the Princeton University to check the quality of the people who are going to run the country after a few decades, and then he wanted to interview some students, for which he collected the emails and then sent the email. They got the replies, and it talks about the how the students are working so hard that they are getting very little sleep, and how one person has told the author about how she is managing with so little sleep by doing some learning even in her sleep. So these are the things. So once you understand the funda, it is very easy to rearrange this, because obviously the first sentence should be the first sentence given in the passage itself. That is, a few months ago I went to Princeton University to what the young people who are going to be running our country in a few decades are like. So we can say that A would be the first sentence. So there is no doubt about that. Then after A, what should come? You think about a B. I would go to sleep in my hotel room around midnight, evening, and when I woke up, my mail would be full of replies. So the keyword here is this one, the replies. So means he is talking about the replies to his email. So we already have another statement which is talking about the author sending emails to the students, and then they are replying. So first we should always talk about the sentence which talks about the author sending emails. Only then we can think about he getting the replies from the students. So that is why we have the sentence D, where faculty members gave me the names of a few articulate students, and I sent them emails inviting them out to lunch or dinner in small groups. So he wanted to interview the people. So So that is why he sent the emails and he got the replies. At what is the another significant factor here? He went to sleep around midnight, means he went to sleep at around like 12 o'clock, but he is getting replies at 1:15, 2:59, 3:23, etc. That means the author is finding it surprising that the people are, or the students are awake even at around 3:30, 3:30, etc. in the morning for studying. So that is the significant factor here. So we can say that D should be the next sentence and B should be the following sentence. So we can very clearly write A, D, B. So once we have discussed or once we have found this, even now if you want to fast track your solution, you look at an option, you have only option 3 with the sequence ADB. So most probably this would be your answer. So because there is no other option which is having ADB as a sequence, so this could be your answer. But for certainty we need to again go through the other two sentences, because then what should be that? Then we talk about a senior or a girl who is studying in the senior year. She is saying that she is able to afford, she is going to bed around 2 o'clock and working at bed around 7, and he says that she's about she can afford that much rest. So what is the hidden meaning here? Means 5 hours sleep on a particular night is considered a luxury in Princeton University. So she is able to afford to sleep 5 hours per night because she has learned the technique of studying even in her sleep. So that is the meaning of this option C. Option C says that the senior student, she says that I am able to sleep for 5 hours at night, which is very high compared to the average amount of sleep other students are getting. Why? Because she is able to study even in her sleep. Then how she is able to study in her sleep? This is what option E is saying, that she would try to think about a problem that she wanted to solve, and then when she is asleep, in her dreams also she will be thinking about that problem, and then she will find the solution in her dream. So that is how she is able to afford that much rest. So this is why C and E should come as a sentence pair. So the order should be A, D, B, C, E. So very clearly option 3 would be the answer. So there is no issue here. This is a very simple question. Here you can straight away go to the answer without any kind of issues or problems. So A, D, B, C should be your answer. And once you get the answer, it is always better to rearrange the sentences in that order and then check whether it is properly logical or not. So once you rearrange it, it would read like this. A few months ago, went to Princeton University. So what the people are going to be running the country in a few decades are like, faculty members gave me the names of the students. Articulate. What is the meaning of the word articulate? The students who are able to express themselves clearly, they are called articulate. So he wanted to interview certain students who are able to express themselves in a very clear and detailed manner. So he wanted to interview them. So that is why faculty members gave me the numbers, and I sent them emails. Then I would go to sleep at the hotel around midnight, and I'm getting, when I woke, my mailbox would be replies sent at these odd times. Then the senior is telling me that she is so he might have asked her why you are awake at this odd hour and all. Then she says that average time of sleep in Princeton University is very low, but I am able to sleep from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock because I have learned the technique of studying even in my sleep. So these are the sentences which are stated in the other two statements. So this is why ADBCE gives you a logical paragraph. So this is how you do the para jumble. So obviously this one was very simple. We will go to another one. This also is not very difficult. So I'll give you some time to read and try to solve it on your own. Then we will discuss. Incidentally, I'll give you some meanings if you have problems regarding the meanings. Endangered. The option B, there is a, or statement B, there is a word endangered. Furious that his own plans had been endangered means they are put under danger, or they are going to be destroyed. So that is why his own plans are going to be destroyed, or his own plans are going to be put into trouble. That is the meaning of the word endangered. Then diabolical means something that is devilish, something that is bad, that is called diabolical. And sociopath, a person who is not having any sensitivity towards other people's feelings, such a person is called a sociopath, a person who is not sensitive to other people's feelings. All right. So here we are talking about some kind of business acquisitions, mergers, etc. So Oracle announcing its offer to buy PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft wanted to buy JD Edwards, another company. Then the reaction by PeopleSoft's boss Craig Conway. All these things, and then PeopleSoft turning Oracle down. So these are the things. So once you understand the context, then try to think about which should be the best or the first sentence here. 4 days later, so it is talking about something happening, and after 4 days something else happening, so this cannot be the first sentence. Then furious that his own plans had been endangered, so he became angry that whatever plans he had, those plans are now being put into problems. So this again will not be the first sentence, because we have to talk about what is the issue. So option C, in early June, PeopleSoft said that it would buy JD Edwards, a smaller rival. Yes, this could be a possible beginning. PeopleSoft wanted to purchase another company, JD Edwards, which is a smaller competitor. So this could be a opening sentence, option C. Then moreover, here the option D, there is a moreover. Moreover means in addition to. So means something else has to be stated before this, only then this becomes logical. So D will not be the first sentence. Option E, on June 12th, PeopleSoft turned Oracle down. So from the context, you can say that PeopleSoft had, Oracle wanted to purchase PeopleSoft, and then PeopleSoft is turning down. Turning down means they rejected the offer of Oracle. So this cannot be the first sentence, because we have to talk about the offer first, and only then you can talk about the rejection. So once you see all these things, then only option C would be the first statement, because it talks about PeopleSoft trying to buy JD Edwards, a small competitor. Then what should come? Then you can see that furious that is on plans, it is all talking about what PeopleSoft boss is Craig Conway's reaction. So option B and D is about Craig Conway's reaction. So the reaction should come after something happening, right? So what is that something happening? Oracle trying to buy PeopleSoft. So PeopleSoft wanted to buy JD Edwards. Suddenly Oracle is announcing its own bid. So Oracle is announcing its own bid. So PeopleSoft had plans to buy another company, whereas Oracle is planning to buy PeopleSoft. So this is the development, as a result of which this Craig Conway, the chief of PeopleSoft, became angry. So so for him to become angry, we have to first state what is the reason as a result of which he became angry. So CA is the reason, because the offer by Oracle to purchase PeopleSoft is what made Craig Conway angry. So CA should be the order. Then comes furious that his own plans and advice. So his reaction. He called Oracle's offer diabolical, and its boss, Larry Harrison, a sociopath. So he is saying that this guy is their plans are very evil, and the boss of Oracle is a person who does not have any sensitivity towards other people's plans or feelings. So that is why this could be a best sentence. And you have one more reaction here. So how do you know that B and D both talk about Conway's reaction? So which one should be the first reaction? B, because here the word moreover means in addition to. So he is talking about one opinion and then the next opinion. In addition, moreover means in addition. So furthermore. So that is why it will be B and then D. So here you have two reactions. First, he is very angry that his plants have been endangered. So once he's angry, he is calling the person names and all. Then he is giving another logical statement saying that whatever price Oracle is offering for purchasing PeopleSoft, it is not acceptable to us. This is the meaning of option D. So CABD. And finally, because of these reasons, Oracle offer is rejected by PeopleSoft. So the option will be E. So this makes it logical. So first, the plan of PeopleSoft to purchase another company, then Oracle's plan to purchase PeopleSoft in between. So the reaction of the MD or the boss of PeopleSoft when he learns about this offer, and then the ultimate result. So CABDE. So option 1 is the clear answer. So, and you can see the rearranged paragraph. It will read like this. PeopleSoft is planned by JD Edwards. 4 days later, Oracle announced its own bid to purchase PeopleSoft. Then, furious that his own plans had been endangered, PeopleSoft is calling Oracle software as diabolical, etc. Then, furthermore, he says that the prices are not acceptable to us, as a result of which PeopleSoft is turning Oracle down. So, this is the sequence, and it is it gives us a very logical paragraph. There are no logical inconsistencies. Why we are rearranging and try reading it again? Because once we rearrange, because even if we had made some mistakes in doing or finding our solution, when we rearrange and read the rearranged paragraph, any mistakes that we have we might have committed, that could be very clearly evident when we do the reading of the rearranged paragraph. So that is why it is always better to do a reading of the rearranged paragraph. In this case, I have done the rearrangement and then you are reading it. But once you become thorough with this kind of techniques, you should do the rearrangement mentally and then do the reading of the rearranged paragraph also in a mental fashion, so that without seeing it on your screen, you should be able to read the paragraph in the rearranged order and then check for any inconsistencies. This is what you should be doing. All right, go to the third one. I'll give you some meanings. Incarcerated. Statement A, there is a word called incarcerated, means imprisoned, put in prison, or put made to suffer inside cages and all. That is incarcerated. Dubious, doubtful. Dubious means doubtful. Then statement C, lexicon. Lexicon means vocabulary or usage, or the words that people commonly use. That is called a lexicon. Misnomer, something that is incorrectly named or something that is inappropriately named. The name is not proper. That is called a misnomer. Then statement D, juridical. Juridical means anything related to the administration of law, or anything related to the procedure of judiciary or the administration of law is called juridical. Imbuing them. Imbuing means giving them or providing them with a humanitarian content. All right. So this paragraph, once you read the sentences, you will get the context that it is talking about the war against terror, and the author says that this war against terror is against a phenomenon. It is not against any entity, and then as a result of which this cannot be called a war. So this is the ultimate idea or the basic idea is the author is objecting to the fight by countries against terrorism as a war against terror. He says that that is not a proper way of calling it, and why he is giving you reasons why it is not a proper way. So that is the context. Now try to understand how could we possibly do the rearrangement so that it's look logical. Option A, or statement A, surrendered or captured combatants cannot be incarcerated in Razorback. This war as a so this war. So here this war means it is talking about this war means you need to he is specifically talking about one particular war. So we need to know what that particular war is. So that is why this is the key word which gives you the idea that this cannot be a first sentence. So we will not use this as a first sentence. Second one, how can, then one. So he is asking you the question, how can we characterize a conflict to be waged against a phenomenon as war? How can we call the fight against a phenomenon as a war? Because wars are generally fought against entities, either countries or individuals or corporations or something like that. That is the argument. So how can then one characterize? So here the word then indicates that you have to first give the reason for not characterizing a conflict to be waged against a phenomenon as war. So that is why this reason has to be stated first, only then we can say this. So this also cannot be a first sentence. So from this we can say what could be the reason. E is the reason. Terror is a phenomenon, not an entity, either state or non-state. So B should come after E, because he is giving you the reason why we cannot characterize a conflict to be waged against a phenomenon as war. And then, so the reason is option E. So E and B will make a sentence pair. E is not the starting sentence. We have not found out the starting sentence yet. I am only talking about a pair, sentence pair. So here we have found a sentence pair, E and B. Now the phrase war against terror, which has passed into common lexicon, is a huge misnomer. So here the author is giving you the introduction saying that the phrase is not a correct usage. So we generally use this phrase war against terror, etc. in a common usage, means in our common vocabulary this phrase has come and we are doing it regularly, but this is not correct. It is a misnomer, means this is not appropriate. So this is giving an introduction regarding author's objection to this particular usage. So this could be your first sentence. So CEB is the initial sequence. Then we know terror is a phenomenon, not an entity, either state or non-state. State means country. So terror is just a phenomenon. It is not an entity. Entity means either a country or an individual or a corporation or a company. These are called entities. So terror is only a phenomenon. So wars are generally fought against countries, either or non-state, means any kind of entities which are not countries. So wars are generally fought either against countries or against non-countries, but not against phenomena. So that is why terror is a phenomenon. So war against terror is not a correct usage. So CEB is giving you that this thing. Then besides, so what are the sentences left now? D and A. So, and besides war as a juridical meaning. So he has already given you one reason why war against terror is not a correct usage. Then another reason, war against a juridical meaning in international law, which has codified. Because what is the meaning of this sentence? It says that in wars there are particular laws which are used for the humanitarian treatment of people, whereas war against terror there are no such laws. So that is why this war against terror is not a correct usage. So in normal wars there are certain rules and regulations which are recognized by all the countries. These are there in the international law, and there are laws of war, and this is why gives these laws give the wars as a with a humanitarian touch. So this is why D should be the next sentence. So which gives you another reason. Then finally A, it says that combatants cannot be incarcerated in race war case. This war is a dubiously carried. So it is talking about the war against terror. In this particular war against terror, when you fight against terrorism, all these laws are not being observed. These people are put under prison in reservoir cages. So that is why this war is, its legality is doubtful, because normal war, lot of legal issues are there, legal laws are there, you need to follow the laws. In war against terror, nobody is following any of these international laws. The people who are terrorists, they are imprisoned in razor wire cages, as a result of which it becomes a naming it as a war is doubtful. So this is why CEBDA gives you a very clear idea about how the phrase war against terror is not a correct phrase. So he's giving you the introduction, then telling you why the terror is a phenomenon, and then since it is a phenomenon, war against terror cannot be a war cannot be waged against a phenomenon. So CEB, then he says a normal war, there are a lot of international laws, whereas in case of war against terror, no such laws are observed. So CEBDA gives you a very clear idea. So here option 4 will be the answer. No other sequence will give the correct idea in the logical manner. So the rearranged paragraph you can read. I hope this is clear now. So we'll stop for the time being. So since it is the first video, I hope the content was helpful for you in your initial learning. I know that these are all very basic kind of questions. Most of the questions asked in management exams nowadays are tougher or more complex than this, but don't worry. We will learn the things in a gradual and a step-by-step manner, so that by the time you complete your learning, you would be able to tackle all the difficult questions as well. So if you have liked the content, please like, share, and subscribe, so that I can get more reach. Thank you. Bye and bye bye. We'll see you in the next video.